Good morning and welcome to Redeemer Lutheran Church. I'm Pastor Gary Lodeholt. This morning I want to step back just a little. As we have considered these Psalms of Thanksgiving last week and this week, I've been going in numerical order. But it worked out better to do both halves of Psalm 66 last week and then go back to get Psalm 65 as we begin a new week together. Let's read it. Praise is due to you, O God in Zion, and to you shall vows be performed, O you who answer prayer. To you all flesh shall come. When deeds of iniquity overwhelm us, you forgive our transgressions. Happy are those whom you choose and bring near to live in your courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of your house, your holy temple. By awesome deeds you answer us with deliverance, O God of our salvation. You are the hope of all the ends of the earth and of the farthest seas. By your strength you established mountains. You are girded with might. You silence the roaring of the seas, the roaring of the waves, the tumult of the peoples. Those who live at earth's farthest bounds are awed by your signs. You make the gateways of the morning and the evening shout for joy. You visit the earth and water it. You greatly enrich it. The river of God is full of water. You provide the people with grain, for so you have prepared it. You water its furrows abundantly, settling its ridges, softening it with showers, and blessing its growth. You crown the year with your bounty. Your wagon tracks overflow with richness. The pastures of the wilderness overflow. The hills gird themselves with joy. The meadows clothe themselves with flocks. The valleys deck themselves with grain. They shout and sing together for joy. It's striking how the first three poetic lines in this psalm all start, to you. God is the center of our attention. God's grace and initiative are primary. God cleanses sinful people and brings them near. We can't come on our own. God brings us to God. And in response, we offer gratitude and praise. And notice verse 4, we are satisfied. God feeds us, and it's just what we need. Could that refer to communion? Then the psalm talks about God's power and sovereignty extending to all the earth. God has done saving acts, not just for Israel's benefit, but also as a sign to all the world of God's sovereignty, power, compassion, and providence. Finally, this psalm talks about how God waters the earth and brings forth crops. God is our gracious provider, and even creation itself praises God. God reigns, and we praise God and live in partnership with creation. Perhaps this psalm is an invitation for us to consider the blessings of God that we might take for granted or overlook. Sometimes we tend to give ourselves credit for things when the real truth behind it all is God. Maybe that's worth thinking about this Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching, and remember to let this day belong to God.